everybody, Jen Mullin here, Communications Chair for Ellington's Board of Education. We're starting a new series and it's going to be entitled Behind the Scenes with the BOE. You've already seen one series and we're going to put them out occasionally as need be. Right now, given the circumstances, we're probably going to have a few more episodes than normal. So I look forward to any feedback that you guys have as far as your thoughts on the video and look forward to more. Today, I'm actually joined by Dr. Kristy LaPorte, who is our Director of Special Services, who's going to talk to us about some of the coping skills that we can actually use to help with social isolation. We're all feeling a lot of different emotions right now. We're also going to go through some wellness tips and other helpful resources that we can use and turn to during our distance learning time. So Dr. LaPorte, first and foremost, thanks for joining me today. Can you give me a few examples of how you've prepared for this new normal and what we've found ourselves in?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to even talk about how fast this was. I don't think anyone was really prepared for the abrupt shutdown and length of time the situation is occurring. This has affected every single person in our Ellington community, across the states, across the United States and across the world. But in particular, Ellington, I have been amazed at how our teachers have picked up on the challenge right away. Immediately it went from, a couple of days you're going to be needing to plan for this to all of a sudden you need to take all your stuff and leave. Administration and teachers work together. They quickly worked with the tech department and with Brian Hendrickson and tried to develop the best supports they possibly could with online learning. So it's been coming, slowly unraveling, but in 3 short weeks, I think they've done an amazing job. We've had to reorganize how we do things and do it quickly. Working from home has been a challenge, especially those of us with children. Those teachers with small children, just like the parents of the Ellington community who are not teachers trying to work from home, that's been really hard. I'm, of a mom of 6, but my children are older. I'm in awe of the parents who are able to do it with the little ones running around. So I understand this is the case for a lot of people right now, but balancing work, distance learning for their own children, and managing it all from inside the house has been basically a new way of doing things for everybody.
I couldn't agree more. And actually, as a parent, I am also feeling a lot of the stress and anxiety. As like you said, I am working from home myself, and I've got 3 that are here at all different grade levels doing the distance learning. So aside from the resources that are available to the students, what can you do to help us parents? And are there any resources that you can give for us adults who are trying to cope and deal with this as well?
Yeah, of course. As a mom working full time, I actually also do different jobs on the side of teaching in college level, and I'm still doing that. Trying to ensure that my child who's in high school is also continuing. This is her SAT year, this is her college year. Trying to also manage and run the school department with supports from all of the teachers and administration, and making sure that we're meeting goals and objectives on IEPs, being the Director of Special Services. It's been a challenge. So I have been stressed out myself and have been feeling, that things are, 1 minute falling apart and 1 minute coming together. And I can tell you that I'm sure that's how parents are feeling. I am getting emails, I'm getting phone calls, how can I do this? Can I do this differently? It all starts with the parents, and we have to remember that. So while you're trying to calm your child and you're trying to manage all of them, you have to really manage yourself first. And I think that's where being a mom or a dad, sometimes we prioritize ourselves to make sure that it's the children first. In a situation like this, it really has to be the parent first, and we have to be able to understand that we need to be calm to instill calm in our children. So some of the things that we have for resources are available online right now. So if you go to our website, you'll see the COVID drop down, you can find out resources in there. There's a whole set of emails that I've sent. So it's under Dr. Kristy LaPorte, Special Services. You'll see different resources. Our school psychologists are available. Our school counselors are available, as well as other resources outside in the community. You can also go into our tab, and it is, there's a resource for social emotional supports that also has many of the counselors around town or surrounding towns, as well as different strategies and supports for different various anxiety disorders or depression or things like that that are occurring. For my own personal stress reduction, which I'm also learning, is that, again, I just said you have to reprioritize yourself. That's not easy for a mom or dad to ever put yourself first. But you have to make sure that you're doing one little thing for yourself every day. It could be after you put your children to bed. It could be reading a book. It could be something so small as just going out on the front porch and giving yourself 10 minutes. I know something that I've done since I've been working from home. I don't do well being in one spot. I have to be on the run. So I set up a schedule and I stick to it Monday through Friday, with Saturdays and Sundays as my own, whatever schedule I want. So I've been doing that. I get up, I do a little bit of exercise. I'm not a person who usually exercises all the time, but I've been making sure I'm doing that, and I make sure I stick to it. I've been doing a little bit of yoga. Was never a big yoga fan, but I needed to be able to calm myself. So you can get it online. You can, I had old DVDs that I've been using. I also decided that my yard didn't look good because I spend a lot of time looking out the window as I'm working as well. So I went and bought myself a chainsaw. It's light enough for me to use, and it's battery operated, and it's a little dangerous, but it works for me. And I've been going out and cutting down some of the vines and the smaller trees in my yard. So that actually, it calms me and it makes me feel good. And every day I look out my window and I see part of my yard getting better and better. Some other things: cleaning out my closet, trying to get rid of things. There's a lot of people in need right now that need clothes, and there are no stores open and things like that. So I've cleaned out my closet, and I brought some of my stuff to different secondhand clothing stores, not for sale, but to give. I brought them to a couple of shelters, so I'm able to kind of give back, and that helps me. I've been trying to stop watching the news. I am an avid reader. I read online, and really trying to stay positive. And when you're watching the news, you do need the information, but also trying to keep my life positive. So reading happy stories instead of all of the concerning ones.
That's great. I did actually find myself, I got an essential oil diffuser. So I'm on day one. I've put that next to my workspace on my desk upstairs. So we'll see how that works this week, just as a little something for me as well. But thank you so much for that information. It seems like there's really a lot out there, and the resources are there. People just know where to look. So thank you for pointing us in the right direction. What about the teachers? I honestly cannot say enough about the amazing faculty and staff that we're blessed to have with here in Ellington. What they've been able to do in such a short amount of time has been amazing. As a district, are we also making different resources available to those that actually are keeping us running?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that having worked in several other districts, Ellington is by far, and I've said it to many people, the staff, faculty, everybody here, they're just so in love with their jobs in the community. They go above and beyond. So there are supports for our administration, faculty, and staff. They're all working very hard right now. They also, we've been working as a district on this for a long time, and it's the mindfulness and being able to take care of yourself and stopping and, you know, taking that deep breath and being able to think about things and not try to rush through. We have so many teachers that are working so hard right now that you do see them being a little bit overwhelmed, but you also see them coming up with, if there's a problem or there's an issue with something such as the platform that they're using, how am I going to fix it? How can I do better? What about the kiddos? It always comes back to the students. So they are reaching out to us. for support, and we are doing the best we can to give them the training and the information, as well as any of the resources that they need, including just—
That's fantastic. I did actually get a couple of clips from a few teachers. Let's take a look at those.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Morgan, and I'm here to check in and tell you that I've been feeling good. I've been feeling happy. Even though things aren't normal, don't feel normal, I know that it won't last forever. I've been going outside a lot because that's my happy place. And one activity that me and my son Everett, who's 2 years old, have been doing every day is we go outside and we look up at the sky. And on beautiful sunny days, there's not a lot of clouds. But on the days where it's not sunny and it's a little bit gloomy, we still go outside, we bundle up, and we look up at the clouds. And when we look up at the clouds, we try and look for shapes or faces or objects. And we just sit outside for a little while and we say, oh, look, I see a heart. And we have seen some really fun things in the clouds. We've seen a heart, we've seen some smiley faces, we even got to see a cow in the clouds. So if you're feeling like you want to get outside and it's not a sunny day, go outside, look up, check out the clouds, see what you can find. Enjoy, be well.
We wear many different hats. Catching some wave! Who needs tigers and Tiger King when you got these guys?
Who needs Buffalo Wild Wings when you can make your own? Welcome to Murph Dubs! And who knew in under 2 weeks I'd become an expert in floral design? Perfect. And who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Good boy, Ralphie.
Hello, Ellington family. How are you? I'm Mr. Purnett, and I just want to say hi to everybody. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. So I thought I'd share what I've been doing on my time away from home and doing distant learning. Well, I've done all that, which is really fun, just reconnecting with kids. But this is what I've been doing. I've been eating way too much. I've read a book, worked on a couple plays. I've done everything from cleaning, everything. But then I got a little ahead of myself, and I decided to try and start transferring things to my computer. So I'm not very good at technology. So the first thing you may not know what these things are called cassette tapes. And what I was trying to do is take my cassettes from like the 70s, 80s and put on my computer. That's when I started to lose control, because then I said I can do that. And then I started to do this thing with 8mm tapes. I transfer this and that didn't work either. And then I started to transfer all my CDs onto my computer and I lost all control. But I'll probably pull this all back in control in the next couple of weeks. And hopefully again, stay safe, stay protected, wear your mask when you go out if you go out, but keep that distance from one another. Again, we look forward to going back to school as soon as possible. Bye everybody.
Hi, this is Ms. Hespler from Center School. In a current world full of so much uncertainty and unknown, I find peace with keeping myself in a routine. I schedule in times throughout my day to take brain breaks for my mind and my body. Here are a few activities that I enjoy doing, one of which is yoga. Another one is doing puzzles. Another activity I love is practicing my calligraphy lettering. And the last activity is reading. And this book is all about finding joy in your life. Joy is all around us, even in the current situation we live in today. Try to find joy in your days, even if it is something small. Virtually connect with friends and families, and take away time from work to enjoy all the little things.
So Dr. Laporte, what about if my student has some special circumstances? Are those being addressed as well as and at the same level as they would be if we weren't distance learning, if we were in school?
So we're trying to do the best extent possible for services. So if your child has an IEP or a 504, or maybe they don't have either, maybe they've been in SRBI, which is supports for reading, math, or language arts. They should still be getting those services through a reading teacher, a special education teacher. If they have a 504 plan and they have accommodations and modifications, they should also still be receiving those modifications and accommodations to the best extent possible through their regular education teacher. We've had some parents reach out and their child did not have a 504 plan or a special education plan, but they need support. So we've been able to connect them with one of our school psychologists or outside supports as well. So you can reach out at any time to any of the psychologists, and their information is also on the internet under COVID. And then you can also reach out to the building principals, myself, and we can help connect you with any supports that you need.
That's fantastic. And again, thank you for everything that you're doing. What about if my child is actually concerned and really doesn't understand why this is happening and actually having anxiety about the virus itself? Is there a way that I can explain to them in simple terms?
Well, so I'm not a school psychologist. I work with a ton of them, and I've learned so much about working with students. We did put online under the COVID tab is a link to talking to your child about this. I will tell you from experience, just working with parents and students for 25 years, if you remain calm as the parent, your child is more likely to be calm about the situation. So if they're anxious about it, certainly talking to them in a calm manner, obviously giving them the best possible outcomes, but also, this is what you need to be safe. You need to make sure that you're staying in and we're washing our hands and we're doing all of the things that we're supposed to be doing. And again, there are videos out there. If you go to the COVID tab again, and you can show your child as well. But the more they see it on the news and the more they hear you talking about it, it's going to bring up more anxious feelings. So trying to keep them informed, of course, but also not constantly aware of what's happening is the best possible outcome for students feeling anxious about this. I would also suggest too, if your child is over anxious, that they reach out to your school psychologist because we can help you through that as well. We could do supports through the phone. We can also help with online. We could do a one-on-one just to talk to either the parent or the student.
Great. And that kind of brings me to my next question. If somebody at the school, whether it be a nurse or a counselor and not a teacher, would they be able to get in touch with us if they wanted to talk to us about something?
Absolutely. The best way to do that is through an email. Again, if you go to the tabs or you go to your school tab, it'll show you exactly who is the school psychologist in your building, who is the nurse in your building. Everybody is currently working the school day. So putting an email out there, you should be getting a return email within 24 hours. If you didn't, certainly contact me at my email, klaporte@ellingtonschools.net is also available online, but I will help you get in touch with somebody to support you, your family, or your student.
That sounds great. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today, and everything that you are doing just sounds just as an extra layer of goodness that, we're excited about. And thank you so much for the work that you're doing on this. It's been really good.
I appreciate that too. And I want to say that the Board of Ed has been tremendous in this as well. All of you have been, your whole focus has been on the families and the students and what are we doing as a school district to help support them. And that's just been so positive. I mean, I can't say enough about the teachers and their willingness to go above and beyond. They have families, they're anxious, they're nervous, but they've just been amazing with making sure that their priority is, the community and the children in the community. We have our custodians. They are supporting teachers. If the teachers forget something, the custodians are there and they're going through the room and they're making sure they're walking it to the door. Building administrators, they're still sometimes going into the schools to work from the schools to make sure the teachers have everything that they need. Even the paraprofessionals, like the The cafeteria workers are handing out food
Yes.
for the community, and they're making sure breakfast and lunch is available. Like it's just been amazing watching everybody work so closely together. And I have to say, parents have been so supportive. This is new for all of us. It's new for them, but they have been so patient and so supportive of the teachers and their students and the technology. And I have to shout out to everybody in this district, including parents and students, board members. It's been a pleasure working through this very difficult time. And it just shows you what a special community Ellington is.
I couldn't agree more. Very well said. Thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you. And I hope everybody stays healthy and safe.
All right, you too. Be well, Dr. Laporte. Thank you again for watching our episode today, and tune in next time when I bring in John Collins, our Director of Technology, who's going to talk to us a little bit about what to do if you have a broken Chromebook or anything else like that during this distance learning phase. Thanks so much. Take care and be well.